What's going on, everybody? This Afro Think Tank. Have you heard all these European Americans start to try to push the narrative that they should be proud to be white? That that the whole world is coming down on them, and that whiteness is something they should be proud of. But if you ask them, okay, tell me something that you're proud about that white people have actually done in real life, they won't be able to say anything. You know why? Because whiteness, right, as it was constructed just a few centuries ago in the 1600s, is a concept of white supremacy. It is a tool of white supremacy. There's no positive history of whiteness. You can't be proud to be white. There's nothing to be proud about being white. And that's the problem they're having, because they want to say it. They want to affirm. They want to put it into existence. They want affirmation. They want somebody to validate their whiteness, and they can't seem to do it because there's nothing there to be proud about. They can't even look at their recent ancestors and be proud of anything, right? But it's not technically their fault. You see, they were made to be stupid and dumb and deaf. They don't know their real history. These individual Europeans who come from different tribes, different nations that actually do have history, they don't know anything about that. They don't teach real European history in school. They just teach white history. They teach manufactured fantasy that leads up to America. That's all. They're indoctrinated with this idea of whiteness being something great, when in actuality, whiteness is horrible and terrible. That's why I hate whiteness. There's nothing to be proud about being white, because it's not real. These Europeans that live in America are not white. They're part of a club of white, but they, in fact, are not actually white. And no one is teaching them that. So the only identity that they can connect themselves to, because keep in mind, in order to be white, you had to give up your true history. In order to be white, you had to give up your culture. That was the thing. You had to assimilate. You had to assimilate into the club of whiteness when you came to America. You had to give the only people that slightly hold on to their culture are the Irish, and they really don't. The only part they hold on to is the drinking portion. But they're not the only ones who do that. The goddamn Russians got them beat, right? So other than the drinking, what outside of Irish culture do they actually practice? Not a goddamn thing. They just like to say it, right? But outside of that, none of them practice their traditional cultures. None of them can go back and venerate their actual ancestors. They can't tell you stories about the great nations of Eurasia and what they've done and what they've been through, because they don't know, because no one taught them. So the only thing they have is white, and that shit just ain't working out. So let me put some information in here that to push further this message that I'm delivering today, that whiteness is nothing to be proud of. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. This Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
Do you know why studying whiteness is not popular? The invention of the white race identity was motivated and started to justify the enslavement of Africans. When you're talking about studying whiteness, you have to dig deep to there. And that is what America has been trying to cover up for so long. I was just reading an article in the Guardian, and it summarized this so well. Slavery was not born of racism, rather racism was the consequence of slavery. Of this Guardian article, The Invention of Whiteness, the Long History of a Dangerous Idea. Whiteness is a dangerous idea. And Dying of Whiteness by Jonathan Metzl, this is exactly what he's talking about, that America is dying of whiteness because of this ideology. If you subscribe to it, you too are dying of whiteness. And just by product of you being in some of these states with some of the votes and how people are voting based on this ideology, this dangerous idea of whiteness. Think about it. You got Tennessee, don't even want to expand Medicaid. Don't even want to expand it because Obama created the Affordable Care Act. Obama created a health care plan to help Americans with their health, preventative health care. They are dying of whiteness there. Missouri and the gun culture there, how they have these lenient laws that anyone can purchase a rod. No training, no education. You can just purchase it and you can carry that wherever you want to, even at the playground. That is crazy. There are interviewees saying that they don't even want to take their kids to Walmart because they don't want their kids to see these high-profile rods being carried. Why do you need one in Walmart? This book exposes how the suicide rates by rods is just unbelievable, and it's off the chart, and it's not compared to any other because politicians have basically frozen and just suppress the fact that medical groups have been trying to do research on what actually causes someone to do this. What are the signs? Yeah, they just want you to buy guns. Let me not just get started on Kansas. Kansas, like, I'm cross-eyed. Like, the next time you see me, I'm gonna have like some snacks and maybe a beer in my hand to talk about Kansas, because Kansas is all three. They even added education to that. They decided to vote for politicians to cut out everything, not expanded Medicaid, cutting budgets from education. Their children now are suffering. I know that there's a new governor in office that wants to get Kansas back on track. I mean, budget cuts, state cuts from infrastructure, bridges, aqueducts, dams, things to keep the state going. All because of this ideology of whiteness. White poor residents of Kansas have been taxed so much, the bottom 40%, and the rich in Kansas is getting richer. Like, totally dangerous idea. So yeah, I agree with you here. People need to know.
Wait. Before you go, for all my subscribers and philanthropists out there, I'm building a solar power community water bowl system in Nigeria. It's going to cost between $5,000 and $6,000. I'm trying to raise money. If you want to participate and help me build this solar power water system, please donate to the Cash App and put solar water in the notes. Solar water in the notes. I'll put PayPal, Stripe, and Zelle. Anyway, thank you. That's all I gotta say. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out. Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.